guys, Janis here from Tarot Reading London, and it's October, so it's time for the October energy update. So this is where I do a quick snapshot of the month to see what sort of energies are going to be moving through the month ahead so that we can make best use of the energy and that we can prepare ourselves and know what to expect. It's been a hell of a roller coaster ride, hasn't it, through this whole pandemic thing, and the energies have really gone up and down. And I have been very conscious of the fact that often I feel like I've been the purveyor of bad news and the person who has been advising caution. So what am I going to be delivering this month? Well, I'm very happy to tell you that this month is a really positive reading. When I asked what was going to be the overarching energy for October, we've got the world. Now, in tarot terms, the world is as good as it gets. It talks about success, everything coming full circle. It feels like the ending of a phase and the successful ending of a phase. So it feels like everything coming back to a point of completion, which is great news, isn't it? And of course, the world also in tarot refers to overseas travel. It refers us to energies outside of us and moving across the globe, which is really, really awesome. And as things start to open up, as borders start to open up, that makes perfect sense. So the world talks about a place where things feel really, really positive, really successful, and really confident, and that's great. But it also tells us that it's also a new beginning of some sort. So we're going to have questions moving forward. We're going to need to make decisions. Now, maybe this month is not the time for that, but certainly this is not a place to stay. This is a place where we can celebrate, where we can go, everything actually feels pretty good this month. So that's really great. But moving forward, we will have to begin again. We will have to ask questions about how to start what will probably feel like a new journey. In the meantime, though, let's not overthink it too much. The world is great. So it talks about success. So relationships should hit a bit of a sweet spot this month. It does feel really positive. If you've got projects or things that you've been working on, this month should see them come to a point where you feel that either success is just around the corner. Well, no, actually, success is now. That's what the world says. Celebrate the success that you have now. So it's really, really positive all around. Happy to deliver that. So what is the advice about this month? What should we embrace? The High Priestess. Now that's quite interesting, isn't it? Because the world is looking outward. The world is expansion. The world is success. It's confidence. It's really, really positive and powerful energy. And the High Priestess is, it's a pulling inwards. So it's a much smaller, quieter energy. So I think what it's asking us to do is maybe not get too carried away by this, hurrah, everything's back to normal. We can go on holiday, we can celebrate, we can do what we want to do. It feels awesome. But the High Priestess is telling us to move through October and pay attention to our intuition. So don't get too carried away with the freedom and with the feeling that things are getting back to some sort of normal and things have been successful. That's not to say that they're not, but it just asks you to just keep an eye on what's going on inside. Be guided by your intuition this month. It's a very easy voice to miss. In tarot, the High Priestess is our inner sat-nav. So she asks us to keep our course plotted, to make sure that we're not getting swept away in this wave that the world may well set off. It asks us to just keep check on what's going on within us, how we actually feel, and what our intuition is telling us. So that's quite important. So what about what we shouldn't do? What's the warning this month? What should we stay away from? Well, we've got the Knight of Wands. And that, again, that's great. That makes perfect sense with the High Priestess, because the Knight of Wands it's a short-term energy. It's also an energy that can get out of control, because don't forget, in tarot, wands are all about fire energy, and the Knight is it's a go-do energy. It's on a mission. It's really swept away in the passion and the energy of the moment. So if we're being asked to just keep tabs on our High Priestess, what it's asking us to do, absolutely quite right, is not get swept away in that one's Knight energy. Because what that could mean is that we could be a bit impetuous, we could be a bit hasty, and we want to make sure that what we're doing is sustainable, right? We don't want to do things on the spur of the moment and find that we regret it later. It can also mean that we might be tempted to take on too much. We're going to just charge ahead in the enthusiasm, get all swept away by the projects, or by the trips, or by whatever it is we want to do. We could get swept away by it and find that actually ultimately we may regret it later, or we may get exhausted, or whatever. But it's just asking you to just stay calm. Don't get too, don't get too in it. Okay, relationship wise, the Knight of Wands asks you to keep a weather eye on the situation. If the world is saying to you, this is amazing, this is as good as it gets, the High Priestess is asking you to keep tabs on, how do I really feel about this? Because it could be, ladies, that if your Knight of Wands guy is sweeping in and sweeping you off your feet, you need to keep your feet on the ground, because he possibly is somebody who has a bit of a short attention span, and maybe a bit here today, gone tomorrow. So businesses, it's really important, again, to not get too swept away, not to do too many things on the spur of the moment, to just keep a weather eye on what you actually feel, what your instincts are, okay, what your intuition is telling you about a situation. And you shouldn't go far wrong. It should be okay. It's quite a small warning. I don't want to over egg it and spoil the mood. So, okay, so what is the overall guidance of the month? Well, it's the sun. So the sun is great. It's very hard to read the sun as a negative. Even I, who am a cautious reader, would find it hard to read the sun as a negative. The sun says, lighten up, enjoy life. It's freedom, it's energy, it's warmth. Again, holidays, again, travel. It just alludes to all of that good stuff. So enjoy it. Enjoy it while it's there. With a weather eye on your High Priestess, keep your intuition in play, but nevertheless, the joy of life is what the sun is all about. So bearing in mind, this is just for this month. It's not a long-term reading, but for goodness sakes, let's just enjoy it while it's here. It does look like October is going to be a pretty positive month all round, with success in ventures, with things coming back to, full circle, and everybody mainly feeling like there are wins all around. So enjoy. It's so nice to be able to deliver some good news. So I hope you've enjoyed this month's reading, and I hope you enjoy the month ahead as well, and are feeling pretty pleased with yourself right now. I hope that you're in that position and that carries on for you for the whole of the month. I'm always here for a reading if you need me. Do subscribe to my channel. It's really nice. I'd like to build it further, so spread the word. In the meantime, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you next month. Thank you very much. Bye-bye for now.